Greetings, loyal subjects. I'm King Yarn, and thank you for joining me today as I play Terra solo. I've gone for the scary look. Might start getting annoying, but it's one we've gone with, and I'm going to stick with it. I'll try and explain the game a little bit as I go. It's a board game here on Tabletopia, which is sort of like a board game simulator, which you can get off of Steam for nothing, and you can play the games for free as well in the most part. And basically it's not like a game where the rules are done for you. You could easily just cheat if you wanted to, and move certain things around, or there's no sort of things running in the background that help you play the game properly. You've got to kind of know the rules and play as if it were a game in front of you, which is kind of the appeal, which is pretty cool. And so this game is Terra, as I said. It's a co-op game. I think you can play up to 6 players. And like every good co-op game, it is hard. It is hard. So you can't just expect to win. So yeah, the 4 characters I've picked today have just been picked at random by the computer. One thing that actually it does do. Got the leader here who can direct another caver as if it was their turn, and plus they can add 1 to the die rolls. So whenever they need to roll, a 4 for example, a 3 would cut it. The medic who can heal another caver basically, and when they sprint they can perform 2 move actions rather than 1, so they can sprint a lot quicker. The bodyguard can for an action shoot a bad guy, kind of cool. Also he starts with 1 extra health to the rest, or is it 2? 2 extra health. And also if the bodyguard's on a tile where there's going to be, other cavers might lose, he protects them. And then with the scout, if you get to place a tile and you don't like it, you can discard it and pick another one, which you can do 3 times. Next tile in the stack, yeah. And also stealthy, so you cannot be chosen as the closest victim for any horror. Again, this hopefully will come to you as we play a little bit. I'm probably going to have to consult the rules every now and again, so if there's a bit of a skip and things change, I'll come back, I'll show you what I've done. I've played it a few times, so I kind of got the idea, but yeah, I could go wrong. I'm just going to go from sort of left to right here, nice and conventional. So the first player is going to be the leader. And this is where you all drop off. So we pop all these cavers on this middle tile. So I think the story is here they've kind of fell through the ground, or dropped down a hole whilst caving. All 4 of them have unfortunately landed here, and the idea is to get out. So they need to find the exit. The exit here, there's a stack of tiles, and in the bottom 6 shuffled in there randomly is the escape tile. So we know we've got to get through at least 61 here, and then somewhere in them 6, hopefully right at the top, there's been shuffled the escape tile. So we've all got to get out there and find it by exploring the cave. There's all different types of tiles that are going to come up, so hopefully when they do, I'll just sort of give it a brief explanation as to what you have to do with that tile. Also, after all your 4 cavers have taken their action, we flip over I don't know what these are called. It's just like an event, some sort of crisis that can happen, which could be cave-ins or monsters, or they're not monsters, they're just terrors. They're just a white disc of evil. It's terrifying. I think it's meant to be sort of in your brain what it is. There's no sort of big scary, like in Descent. It's just in your mind. It's scary, Blair Witch style. Okay, so let's get a wriggle on with. Right, also my eyes are pretty bad at telling colours. So scout is the black, medic is white, bodyguard is orangey. Okay, I can see these. That's not too bad. Not a bad random selection actually for me. Sometimes colours are a blur to me. So when you can move, you can choose to go straight onto the tile for 1, and you're on that tile. So if anything bad happens, you are directly affected. or you can view to have a little peek and then carry on. Now, the first few times I played this, I thought, yeah, let's just peek a lot. Ends up you just don't get through the tiles enough. I think sometimes you need to take, just run for it. Some of the reasons why you wouldn't like to usually come up later when there are things like gas which can hurt your player and stuff like that, or you don't want to end up on a monster tile. So for now I'm just going to explore, head straight out and see what I can see over in this direction. So we take the top tile here, flip it over, and then you can rotate it any way you want so it fits. Obviously you can't do it like that, so let's head upwards here. That's my one go, and you get 2 actions per turn, obviously unless you can get a few extra actions. So yeah, let's go for another explore for my second action here. Okay, so we're just heading on up here, nice easy sort of cave, no problems, no harm, no foul. So I've mentioned how you win the game is by getting out here, finding the escape tile. There's a couple of ways that you can lose. Obviously if all your cavers are unconscious, that's just bad news, no one there to revive them, they're going to be trapped forever. Also there is a sort of time limit on it where your flashlights are, or torches in England, are running out, and once you get through these, you can only get 22 rounds here on normal mode, where once you reach the bottom, you just, every time you're moving, you're doing it blind. You got to roll a skill check in order to pass, and eventually, unless you're very close to getting out, you lose. I think if you get 1 out, you don't really count as a winner, but 2, I think you get like a bronze, 3 silver, and if you get all 4 out, it's gold. But if I get 1 out, it'll be a miracle. One other little thing that people can do is they can exert themselves, which means they get to get another move, but in order to do so they need to perform a skill check on the dice, and if they overexert themselves, then they lose a health point, which is taken off like that. Now I am going to do that with the leader because they get the dice roll extra, so there's less chance of the leader causing any harm to herself, which is cool. So I believe it's on a 4 for regular folks, so it'll be a 3 or higher. So I am going to exert 2. So the leader's gone. 1 health down, 1 of 3, so she can heal that as a turn, but that's fine. So I've also gone to view here. Just getting through the tiles a little quicker, exerting is pretty much the only way. Right, now she has ended up on a water tile. So water tiles in themselves aren't a problem. You can walk on them, that's fine. One of the things when you turn over the hazard deck, which it is called, if a water hazard is revealed, then all the water tiles flood, which are these little tiles here. And if you're on a tile with a flood, then you lose a health. Also, you can't, I think it takes you 2 actions to move into one if you're going to, so if this was already flooded with the tile here, it wouldn't take me 1 action, it would take me 2 in order to get in there and sort of swim. But if you're just on there where it floods, you lose a health point. So that is an example of why just moving without looking could be a problem, if because now I'm stuck on a water tile with no way of shifting. But that is the leader done. I think we do a quick check for evil, and there aren't any evil. If there were, then it would move 1 step closer to one of our dudes, whoever was closest, but no evil has spawned yet. Everything's hunky-dory. So next is the medic. So the medic is going to move straight on up here for his first action. And this is a gas. So again, when the hazard deck shows gas, we get gas here for a turn. Unpleasant. Second move here, what have we got? A little 4-way, so we can travel any direction we want. And in the spirit of odds, I'm going to exert. Come on, give me some good news. The medic also loses, but okay. Okay, So this is a slide tile. So basically, once you go down there, you aren't coming back. So that's the third action with the medic, and he's also lost a health from exerting his little self. But again, we're getting through the deck of tiles fairly slowly, but also losing health fairly quickly too. Okay, so next we've got the bodyguard, and I think he's going to head out this way. Water tile, that is fine. Head out to here. Dead end. Okay. And so now I'm going to exert myself and come back one. This is a time when the exerting wins. Also causes damage. Okay. So looks like the exerting strategy is not paying off just yet. Okay, the scout. Now, if I see something that I don't like, I can discard it. Something that I wouldn't like might be a cave where the eagle spawns, which is a good time to get rid of it if your scout finds it. Which is what I'm going to hopefully do, I guess. So I can do it 3 times in a game, so it's something to try and keep tabs on. So she is going to go here. Yeah, so this is a rock slide, or a potential place for the rocks to fall. Now again, when the hazard deck shows a cave in, I think is what it's called, you roll the dice, and see here this one has a 4 and a 5. So if you roll the dice and it's a 4 or a 5, that place has a cave in, which is difficult to get through, hurts people, so it's not the best. But that's not one to waste the discard on there. I think that's happy enough. And I think we should maybe head this way. Oops. Should head over here. And I'm gonna exert again, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so another rock slide. I'm gonna put it that way so we can join up here. This one is on a 1 or a 3, so already there's a 2 out of 3 chance that we're going to hit a rock slide if we stay there. Again, the bodyguard special ability would be if he was on a tile when there's a rock slide, everyone else doesn't get any damage, but he does, which is bad news. Right, let's exert one more time. So we've exerted, the scout doesn't hurt herself, which is fantastic for once. And she gets a fairly fun tile to explore. Let's do it that way. So now everybody has had their turn, round 1. We get a hazard. So we flip over the first hazard here, and it's a flood, in which we have 2 players on flood markers. So place a flood marker on each, without one. Each caver on a tile containing a flood marker loses 1 health. Okay. So the leader is already down to 1 health. This could be a short game, fellas. Guys and dolls. And so far exerting has caused a lot of damage to a lot of people. Luckily we have a medic who is trapped and can't get to anyone. So already you can see how this game, how the story sort of pans out. You can imagine how this is all happening. They've all decided to go off in different ways to find the exit, and they've got in a bit of trouble. Hopefully the medic can either figure a way back around, or maybe I should expend a chance and throw a rope, which again is another skill check. You don't lose health by failing, but you don't throw the rope, it doesn't connect. But that does cost 2 actions, I believe, so that's just, again, big waste of time, and hopefully we can just survive the rest of the journey. Again, the bodyguard is kind of had a reset back to normal like the rest. The leader is in a bit of trouble. So first player marker goes over to the medic. So the medic goes first. And yeah, let's keep on keeping on. Flip that. gas. Fine. Onto here. Okay. This is a monster cave. I don't like saying monster, they're not monsters, it's just nastiness. I'm looking to hopefully maybe connect with this now. You don't want to end on a monster cave, because if the monster's on your turn, all your health goes. So if you have a monster spawned when you're on there, or it catches up with you, you're a goner. Which is not what we want it to be. We want to be a beer or a stayer. Exert. Getting some favourable rolls finally. Now this is a squeeze. Yeah, okay, I think as I viewed it as an explore action rather than a move, then I think I'm okay just to carry on here. This is one of the rules which I'm not 100% sure of, but it does seem like if you just explore straight onto the tile, then you kind of get away with this squeeze action, and I don't think I need to spend 2 to get out. Which, if you look here, if a squeeze is placed as part of an explore action, it still moves on the tile as normal, and to move on to it, it takes 2. So I'm going to take that as I'm on the tile as normal. Next we have the bodyguard. Let's just go 1 here for my first move, and 2, I am going onto this tile here, which could cause a problem for my medic. He could be properly in trouble if this doesn't. Oh, but it does. It does. Yeah, so in the case where you have to put a tile down and it doesn't connect, that's fine. That's just sort of seen as a dead end in that direction. And luckily the medic is back around and can help a few people. Unfortunately, the person they need to help the most is the furthest away. Sorry, leader. Looks like you've led us to a disaster. So, exert. I feel like you have to, and it's paid off again. Thank you. Again, another squeeze. Now in this situation, the medic would not be able to just move on to there as normally. It would take the medic 2 actions now, because you can see that it's a squeeze, so they're not going to have just revealed it. So that's bad for the medic. Either way, we have the bodyguard ended up here. Now the scout is going to explore over here. Bad news. Move 1 back and exert to here. Pushing it a bit now with the exerts. But still, it's paying off. Okay, and she has ended up on another cave-in tile. Okay, which this time is a 4 and 6. Now the leader. Debating whether to maybe push the scout off of a dangerous tile, and also one away from an evil. But I think if there is an evil, the medic is toast. So I'm going to use one of the leader's actions to move the scout off of that tile and onto a gas tile. Frying pan fire situation. Let's do it again. Exploring onto here with the lovely scout, flipperoonie, and I think this one takes damage if you go on one of these tiles. This is sort of hazardous ground. Yeah, so this hazardous terrain, we need to take a skill check. This could be our scout's first health loss. It is. Okay, so we're all looking pretty bad, but we're getting through the deck quickish, considering this has only been 2 turns. This isn't too bad. So the leader has taken her 2 actions in order to tell the scout where to go, which just led her through gas and hazardous terrain. Again, this leader is not going to be taking them on any team building exercises in the future. What do we have here? We have a cave-in. So if you were to be on a tile where there is a cave-in, you lose 3 health and you're in a lot of trouble. Obviously you're pretty much done unless there's a bodyguard there or you are the bodyguard. But right now we're going to hit a little roll here. So any of these that have got a 5 on, so that would count as a cave-in. No one there and none there. So far the only place where there has been a cave-in is right here, which can be sort of circumnavigated. Also there are ways to remove that. You can dig it out, I think. So that is a successful cave-in hazard. Bodyguard begins. And the bodyguard really needs to keep on trucking through here. Got a turn. I suppose down is as good as up, and considering this is all dead space, as is this, I suppose we can head towards the other scout, so that's fine there. Second exploration move. A turn. Now, as you can see, there'll be no point in us turning that way. So let's head across here, which is leading us into this pile of trouble. But let's see. One more exertion. I think you've got to do it in order to get anywhere with this. Flip, and he's on some water. Lovely. But also we can carry on down here, which is fine. So now the scout is on her exploration duty. This is a ledge. So the way you remember it is the tile is always pointing away from the tile that you're on. So if you've just discovered it, then the arrow points that way. So as you can see with the slide, you slide down and you can't come back. With the ledge, you are stuck. Unless you can throw up a rope. In this case, I'm going to... Oh, actually, I can't go back because that'll cost me some pain. So I'm going to exert myself to start with in order to get 2, which is what I need for a dice. So, okay, good. She hasn't hurt herself. Now in this case, I think a dice... Let me check here in the rules. I'm trying to get it right as much as I can for you. Yeah, so in order to place a rope, you need 2 actions. So I did the 1 and now I've exerted for 2, which is fine. So I have 2 actions. And to place a rope, you need another skill check. So on a 4 or higher, we can drop a rope up here and just carry on as normal. It's a 1. So in this case, we have failed on the rope. We can always try again when the scout's turn comes around. Or I could do it immediately now as the medic, as the leader, which I'm going to do, I think. So I'm going to use 2 of the leader's turns in order to tell the scout to place a rope and roll better. Another 1. Fine, that's fine. That is fine. With the medic, they can't heal themselves. It says choose another caver on your tile. So I could have taken an action. I could head over and help the leader, which I think I'm going to do because these 2 seem like they're okay on their own, and I can meet back round with the leader. So I'm going to sprint, and I think I'm going to sprint twice, which means I can move 4 tiles as the medic. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to head up here and help the leader out. Hopefully that's the 3rd round. Yep, 3rd, and we get something terrible. Gas. So if you're currently on a gas tile, you would lose 2. With the way the gas works is until the next hazard phase, so the whole of this next round, any tiles with gas on can't be passed through, which is lucky here as I've just skimmed past this gas tile. But I won't be able to go, excuse me, I won't be able to go back without losing 2 health, which would be terrible for the medic. So I think for a reminder, you dropped gas on near where there's gas, I suppose. Let's just put that there as a reminder, but we're not going to go back that way. So that again is okay. The first player marker moves over to the scout. She's going to take 2 of her turns, and hopefully this time, okay, so she has popped a rope on here. But I don't think she gets to move. I think it's just she's put a rope there, and now she can carry on her next turn. So maybe the leader can guide her across one. And I think I'm going to do that because the leader's fairly safe where she is, because if it gets flooded again, it doesn't matter. She's not going to lose any health. She's not going to accidentally spawn an evil Terra nearby. So I'm going to use this as another 2 for the scout, I think. So for the first move as the scout, so lovely water tile. Let's just line these all up a bit flush. Second move as a scout, yeah, getting into troublesome territory. Horror. Let's have it that way, and the scout is going to exert herself and instantly regret it, but she's moved to here. She's landed on gas. Scout has perished because this is a gas turn. She's moved on to gas at that time. She loses 2, which causes her to be incapacitated. There, so I can see, because it's quite dark. Now I can always get somebody down there to help the scout, but I don't think I'm going to. Sorry. It happens. Okay, so the medic, they've lost comps. She's a scout. She's fine. Sort of surrounded by everything on all sides here. Okay, I could dig this out. Double check with the digging. Remove rubble from this tile or an adjacent connected tile. This takes 2 actions, and when you sprint it's 2 move actions specifically, so I'm going to take 2 and get rid of that. Again, probably massively inefficient. The bodyguard. I'll head down this way-ish, so I'm not seen as a complete monster. I'm the real Terra in this cave. Oh, yeah, best not move those because it kind of could mess that up. So I'm going to this way. More water. Can I move all these? This could go drastically wrong. Okay. Hey, okay. Hold it off. Line it up. I want to take that as a victory. Another step here with the second movement. Flip. Cave in. Exert, obviously. Where's the dice gone? Has anybody seen my dice? There she is. This is where it all starts to turn out for the worst. I'm going to head down. Why not? Our buddy is down there after all. Ah, there you go. A nice calm tile. That's what we need. So the gas is over, which took our kind scout's health, but we get something else bad. We haven't had any terrors yet, and there are going to be terrors. More gas, okay. Let's put a little gas reminder here. That's okay. You're going to allow it. That sounds like I'm cheating a bit. That's fine. Allow it as in that is an acceptable turn. Over to the leader. Wait a minute. We've lost a tile. There it is. It was that one. And because that's a start tile, it can't be moved. That's fine. What I'm going to do is move one of these. Okay, so I've temporarily lost the placement of this tile in the sort of shifting. I've forgotten where it left because this tile was stuck. I don't think it's going to make a huge impact because it was either here, which I don't think, or here, so I'm going to drop it there. Maybe the leader should move on. It's happened. It's a flip and it's a ledge, and I'm not going to exert myself because I might die. So yes, the leader is going to stop. Maybe she should have healed herself. Exert to heal. I'm taking the second turn to heal. We have failed, so we just left as we were. Okay, purists might have a thing to say about that, I don't know. Okay, medic is going to take 1, 2, sprint, and then another 2 to move on. Oh, maybe it's not a move because it's a swim action. I just feel like I'm stagnating my moves here a little bit. I'm going to allow it. He swam onto there using his sprint swim. Next is a bodyguard who can't really afford to exert himself. So let's just see what there is. Oh, this could be the end of the bodyguard as well. And it is. This corner of the cave has taken 2. Plus no one is ever going to get over there to help him. So it looks like at best I'm on course for a bronze. Flood. Like it matters to these guys, but there has been floods. As that's already been flooded, that's fine. Okay. As we know, we're not going to explore much further this way. Let's... Poor guys. Okay, it's up to the leader and the medic. It's the dream team. So the medic gets to go first. Going to take 1 action to go to here. And you're going to exert yourself in order to heal the leader. Drop a bandage on there. So it took... Was it 1? Yeah, you don't need to exert. See, he swam on there for 2. Now he's walked off. Okay, so his other turn is to heal the leader. Between you two, you're going to exert and you're going to take names. Okay, let's use the leader's ability to get this rope on a 3 or higher. Was there any doubt? I should go the other way. Just for aesthetics. 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 So we are able to move. That took 2 leader actions. We're both kind of healthy. We're both kind of safe. I mean, it's not the worst time for a horror to spawn over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They wouldn't be allowed to spawn because they're over 7 away from a caver. Let's see how these guys do. What do we have to face? More gas. Fine. You see how quickly these turns are going to rattle around now. Back to the leader. So with her rope she traverses. How many gas cards are there? They must have all literally been bunched up together. Okay. So as you can see, she's been gassed and is now KO'd. The medic can't move there to help her, but the medic can take a regular action of 2 to heal himself. So that is what I'm going to do. And wait for the gas to disappear. Which it will. Tremor. So everyone performs a skill check and they lose health if it is lower if they fail the skill check, which he has. He failed his tremor test, so he lost a health, but he still has 2 moves. So 1 here, and his second move is going to bandage and bring miraculously to life the leader. Does the leader get a go now? I suppose as he was first player. Yeah, I'm going to say yeah. So let's head down. Flip it. Lovely. Down again. Not so lovely. I think she's going to have to sprint and catch up next turn. Okay, if it's gas, then we are in big trouble. There's no more gas cards, surely. Surely, surely, surely. Cave-ins. Cave-ins are fine. Any cave-ins with 1? So, no 1 there. Rubble comes back there, I think. Nothing there. Okay. Cave-in, dealt with. We are going to get some quick move-in terrors very soon. So the leader is going to take 2 moves, and then on the gas there's not going to be any more gas. She's not going to exert, she's not going to do anything silly. The medic is going to explore these tiles. There's 26 left and only 2 of them to do it. Oh. Oh. I think that is pretty much game over in terms of, okay, we've got an exit here, but it's going to take us forever. Let's play until we lose. Medic has done a sprint to move 2 away. Alright, another tremor. Okay, so everyone does skill checks. Obviously the leader has it on a 3. Leader has not passed. Medic has also not passed. Just the medic left. Take 2 moves to go into the water. And as I did that before, I'm going to take 2 moves to see if this one can possibly turn. I mean, this game's as good as lost. Sabin's some absolute miracle. Okay, as you can see, he has left the leader behind, because why prolong the agony at this point? Another terrible thing. More gas. More gas. There's my little gas marker. We're just going to keep walking and pushing until now the horrors come out. So all the horrors would move again, there's none to be moved, but now they spawn on the horror tile closest to a conscious caver. So that is obviously right there. So he's going to take 2 to go onto there, 2 to go on 2. Again, probably not allowed, but at this point it's not looking good. But let's play it out. The medic is taking his 2 goes, we get another, so now the horrors move, which is something that hasn't been happening so far. So after every move, the horrors move 1 closer. We flip this to reveal a cave-in, which is what? We can't have a 4 or 5. Otherwise we are really... No, that was just flipped. A 1, okay, which we had before, no new ones. So we can carry on. So this is basically going to be medic, horror, hazard. Medic, horror, hazard, until the medic just loses his bacon. Might be worth me saving a turn just to heal up. At least he can sprint. Okay, so 1, 2 for 1 move, and he's going to explore here. This is a dead end. I am going to call it. It's the opposite of a dead end. Okay, move the horrors a little closer. A tremor. This could be it. 1, 2 or 3 and it's game over. He just about survives. This guy, plucky. He deserves an award. Oh yeah, also, as I haven't saved anyone, I'm going to get less than bronze. But let's see it through to the end. The bitter end. Got 9 turns left to avoid any more damage. So that was the tremor, which we survived. We've got 2 more moves. Let's head out this way. And carry on down here. Gas. There's no more gas. There can't be any more gas. So the horrors move. Is he within 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. If he was 7, more than 7 away, then he would the horror would disappear, which is pretty. And we get a horror. So the horror moves again, and it would spawn, but maybe it's there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. So the second horror comes out of this cave. So now they're both closing in. The medic at this point is pretty much pooping his pants. All his friends are unconscious. He's standing on a gas mine with horrors closing in. His battery has got about 9 seconds of battery left. 8 seconds. But he, in true medic spirit, is not going to give up. He might give up. So do it as a move action. The horrors both move closer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's within 7. He's coming out of his cage and he's feeling just fine. A tremor. No, this has got to be the end of days. He feels a shake. He's thinking, if I don't roll a 4 or higher, it's game, set, match. He rolls a 6. He rolls a 6. The plucky little so-and-so. So he gets to keep going. I'm not going to heal him because it's going to be pointless. That's 1, 2. I mean, more unlikely things have happened. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one disappears, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, he's gone. And I'm guessing so is his little buddy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh no, his little buddy. Soldiers. Let's just move some of these to keep it. Cave in. 3. Where do we have a 3? 3, 1, 4, 2. I think that's all the cave-ins, at least all that matter. So I have to cave in. And now he discovers a cave in. Has he got a 3 on as well? It has. He's just a bad boy. Right, there's 1. I think I can't die on an exertion. It just doesn't feel right. There'll be no gas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the horror goes away. And no more will spawn. Oh, this one will spawn. Flip. It's a horror. And as I said, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 away. And new horror spawns. This is just a nightmare. There's a little water flood. There's 1, 2 over here. I mean, yeah, I've already lost, like I say. Even if I get out, it's a 0. But it'll be further than I've got before. At least one person has survived to tell the tale and make a damn good movie out of it. So we want a cave-in tile, which is a 2 or a 6. So if another cave-in and it's 2 or a 6, it's game over. But he seems to have 9 lives. I should call him the cat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. His horror disappears. He's keeping away from his horrible things. But what do we get? Flood. Not an issue, mate. Not an issue. Somehow this guy is an inspiration to all of us, no matter what happens. Let's get him going this way for not all of you. Gonna need a bigger knife. On a flood tile. No horrors. Tremor. Every time he saves them. Every time. He's just like, oh, not today, not today. What a guy, what a guy. Although he did leave everyone behind, and his one job was to save people, but he's looking after number 1. He's thinking of the royalties. Okay, 2 moves. You're going to have to survive some flashlightless times as well here. Okay, sprint to here. Oh no, the horror isn't there, but it might spawn more gas. I've never known such a gassy series of tunnels, but that's fine. Okay, we know the leader's done for anyway. Come on, medic. Come on, Catman. Let's move to there, move to here. I've not peeked once in this whole game. Gas. Is it a... No, it was tremor, wasn't it? What's tremor? Okay. This is when the lights are about to go out. Horror. It's going to spawn right here. Take 2 moves. If it's right at the top, I'm like 1 in 6 chance, we're probably still going to die. Flip. A slide, that's fine. You can slide down there. Whee. Yeah, he doesn't have a chance now because this horror is going to close in and he still needs to get a rope. And if that wasn't bad enough, okay, there's gas there. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see it out. Get a rope. He doesn't know what's coming. He's thought, yeah, I've got a rope. Great. I'm still going to survive. Sorry, cat. The horrors move closer. His flashlight is gone. All future hazard phases, all cavers not on the exit tile must make a die roll. If this was a movie, the bodyguard would have somehow regained consciousness and made his way through the gas and the water and down the ledge and through the hazardous materials and through the gas again and the cave in and dug his way through and then swam through the cave in and the gas, and he would have squeezed and he would have been here and he would have shot him. But this isn't Hollywood, this is Terra. And so that didn't happen. The way that this works is so whenever you have to draw a hazard, you just got to make a roll and see if you survive. So he's just going to walk slowly to his demise. 1, 2. Can't share a tile with the Terra, even if you could. Oh. And that's the game. So we were fairly close. With a couple of survivors, we might have actually dug through this. But maybe we exerted a little too hard early on and took us into bad newsville. Let's just lose these top 5 here, and just to see how close we were. No exit there. It's going to be the last one, isn't it? Second from last was the exit. We had no chance. Okay, well, thanks for watching this little Terra run through, rules kind of explanation and massacre. as you can see, it's pretty difficult. With a little luck, I might have been able to push it a little more. With maybe one extra caver, I might have got a little further along, maybe. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this game, and this probably did make you feel a little bit sick inside, but if it wasn't too bad, then just like, if you haven't already, subscribe, get on with your day, don't go spelunking, and see you next time.